It's another day at Sunstate Cement. The employees are starting to arrive. Their first agenda of the day is a toolbox meeting with the supervisor where they receive briefing for today's work. The supervisor reminds them to focus on safety and to remember to do Take 5 and JSAs. The toolbox meeting adjourns and Ray and Jeremy head off to their worksite. On their way, a truck pulls in the front gate. Ray notices the truck driver isn't meeting personal protection equipment requirements. Ray's workmate Jeremy tells him not to worry about it. The driver's only going to be here for a short time and they're going to be late to the job. Ray considers this. If Ray decides not to approach him, the driver will start loading without appropriate PPE and could be injured. If Ray decides to confront the driver in a hostile manner, the driver may put on his PPE, but Ray might also upset the driver. Ray moves past Jeremy and decides to approach the driver in a friendly and informative manner. If you see something, do something. Don't walk past an unsafe act or condition without intervening. Positive intervention equals positive outcomes. Another group of employees are in the workshop. Matt accidentally cuts his finger, but doesn't think too much of it. It's just a small cut. Matt's workmate, Glenn, notices the incident and sees Matt is not going to do anything about the cut. He pulls Matt off to the side. Glenn tells him to report it, even if it's just a minor injury. Matt thinks Glenn is overreacting and tells him that he's not going to report such a small incident. Glenn looks concerned and tells Matt about the incident he had. Glenn was in the workshop taking a motor off its gearbox. The motor was dusty. He tried covering it with a mock gasket by cutting out some bits with a penknife to fit it on. He accidentally nicked himself and didn't think it was serious. He continued carrying out his work. Glenn tells Matt that he didn't think anything of it at the time. It was just a scratch and Glenn never reported the incident. A few days later, the wound became infected and expensive to treat. The incident was never reported, so he couldn't claim it as a work injury. Glenn couldn't cover it through work cover. Matt agrees to file a report and they go to the first aid room to file the report and apply first aid to help clean the wound. Report all incidents regardless how big or small. Report all near hits. The next person may not be so lucky. If you tell us about it today, we may be able to prevent it tomorrow. Jeremy is working on the bagging equipment and it's almost the end of the day. Nick wants to shut down the bagging equipment for a safety inspection. Jeremy isn't happy about this. Jeremy is worried that he needs to get the bagging done and he can't do that without the machine operating. Nick explains that it's crucial safety comes before production and the problem is that this machine is unsafe. Jeremy isn't satisfied. Jeremy is new. Nick tells him about an incident that happened in the past. An employee was fixing a blocked product line. Feeling under pressure to solve the problem, he presumed the line wasn't pressurized. Unfortunately, it was. As he unclipped the cam lock, the pressure in the line released, blowing the cam lock off. It gouged his hand, struck his shoulder, knocking him to the concrete, shattering his elbow. He was off work for 6 months and has never fully recovered. He admits that he felt pressured to fix the problem quickly because back then production seemed to matter more than safety. Safety first, always. Take 5. Assess risks. Never assume, always check and check again. Your safety and the safety of others depends on it. No job is worth getting hurt for. At Sunstate Cement, we take safety seriously. Zero harm is our goal. So you can get home safely.